texts as well. So everything will be from these bona fide sources. And most of you are already aware that ISKCON is part of the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, and Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of this ISKCON society, who came to United States 50 years back, almost 55 years back, and started this society to share, actually to bring the true happiness. That was the whole purpose. That is the whole purpose of ISKCON. So these seminars will actually help us to systematically understand the philosophy of life and how we can practically apply it as well in our present situations. So there's one person who's joined from Galaxy S10. Do you want to quickly share about your name, or so we can keep the discussion more personal. So I'm addressing you rightly, not with your phone name. Would you like to speak? And as I'm asking questions, you can unmute and speak, or raise your hand, or show with the thumbs up button, or feel free to stop me if you have any questions at any point. So before we move forward, I'd like to offer these prayers for auspiciousness, to invoke auspiciousness. Basically, our process means whatever knowledge we are discussing is from the teachers, the acharyas. So it's important to recognize that the source of our knowledge is the guru and the teachers. So we'll start this session by offering prayers to them. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you once again to each and every one for joining. So we will start our journey, the search for happiness. And as I said, I want to keep it really not a monologue, especially in this internet age. I want to keep it very engaging and lively. And I would highly encourage your participation. So you can unmute, you can raise your hand and use the other Zoom features like thumbs up and emojis, etc. to express. The chat is also open. So with that, all of us in life are searching for one thing. So, and that thing is happiness. And that's why you are here today, to understand that what is the true happiness. But often we link happiness to material possessions. So how many of you say that this is correct? So happiness means material possessions. Any responses? What do you think? It's true or false? Yes, Soumya ji, you want to speak something?
No, like it's false. That's
It's false.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else has other thoughts? Who all think it's false?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Uh,
Yes.
we cannot say completely that material possession doesn't give us any happiness. It gives, but it's for temporary. Like we feel it, but it is not the ultimate happiness, or it is not eternal like that. We again still go and keeping searching it. So that's what I
Okay.
think.
Okay. Anyone else wants to share something about this topic? That happiness means material possessions, true or false, or any other ideas? Okay. Let's take one more reflection. Aditya ji, you want to do what do you think about this topic? Happiness means material possessions, true or false? Okay. So let me share some examples. Let's imagine, you know, if happiness, if material possessions could give a lot of happiness, then the people who have those material possessions would have been the most happiest. You know, pretty simple logic. Then the more the possessions, the more the happiness. But often in life, we see that the people who have those possessions have so much anxiety, so much fear, so much difficulty. They are taking sleeping pills. They are taking so many drugs to keep their body going. A person having a nice Bentley car, right? Everyone wants a Bentley car. Who doesn't want a Bentley car? Everyone wants like a Ferrari or a sports car or a very expensive car, um, thinking that that car would give me happiness. But imagine that person gets to hear the news that, oh, your looks like your son met with an accident and he is dead, and we are asking you to come to the hospital to recognize the dead body. He has the same car, he has the same multi-billion, like multi-million dollar mansion or whatever. But would all those things give that happiness? What do you say? Yes, no? You're you can unmute and you can express yourself. This otherwise this will become monologue and may become dry. But if you participate, this will become very healthy and engaging. Yes.
Definitely, Prabhuji, that people feel that material possessions will give the happiness, but that is not true. But there may be no minimum, maybe no the comfortness it can give
Yeah.
without some basic necessities. It will not be possible. But actual happiness will come from no other factors. Yeah.
That's so true. It's very nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. And absolutely, please don't take me wrong or don't misunderstand the message. With this, that does not mean that we stop working or renounce our home or renounce our family and say, hey, material possessions are good for nothing. That is not the idea. But if we feel that having that new watch is the cause of my happiness, or having that new latest phone will give me happiness, or having that new latest car, or the new latest home style, or new latest this thing, then we will keep running and running and running in the search for happiness. We will never get that because beyond, as you all said, beyond a certain comfort level, that a person will not eat gold biscuits. A person will eat normal rice, dal, roti, sabji, whatever, based on their background. Though one will not start eating diamonds. One will not start eating gold after even having millions of dollars. But the pursuit is such strong, and this kind of notion in the society is so strong that everyone is searching so hard for this. So let me take you to a journey to the Himalayas. How many of you heard of this musk perfume? You heard of Java and musk? It's like a strong perfume, deo spray, etc. So in the Himalayas, there is a special deer called Kasturi Mrig,
Okay.
right? So the deer is basically enamored by this strong smell of this musk, and he or she wants to like running, and keeps running in northern direction. Where is that smell coming from? And then goes in the southern direction, doesn't find that. Goes in left and right and up and down, running hours and hours, hours and hours, trying to find what? Trying to find happiness, because the deer is enamored by this. But at one point, the deer is so exhausted, the hunter comes, rips off the deer, kills the deer, and basically takes those kasturi, that the smell, the ingredient, the source of the smell, and basically sells it for huge profit. Isn't it the journey of our life as well? So we are also searching for that musk, which is equivalent to that happiness here, and we are running in different directions. Thinking what? Thinking that the material pursuit will give me happiness, that the material, the new car will give me happiness, new job will give me happiness. But one of my professors got a new car, right? So he got a new car, and then the person was driving a bicycle, and then bicycle scratched his car. So what happened? This person got so upset, brand new car, and he started beating this boy up and down. Why? Because he scratched the car of this professor. So what was the outcome? The same thing which was supposed to give him happiness became a great cause of anxiety and stress and anger. So that's the story of, if we feel that that thing will give me real happiness. So one more question. The next question is, happiness is equal to absence of pain. Any thoughts on this? Yes, no? Is it correct? Is it false? Anyone would like to share? Happiness equivalent to absence of pain. I think when Vijaya Mataji is sharing, do you want to share something? Please, let's keep it interactive. Please raise your hand. Please talk. Yes, Soumya, do you want to speak?
Uh, I have one more question, not about this absence of pain. I don't have much idea, but as we know, like, is it fine or shall I wait for the end to
Yeah,
speak about the?
you can ask based on the nature of question. I feel
It's regarding the
so.
happiness itself. Like as we know, like happiness is like we know it's a permanent happiness is to pray God and not on a material person, but like to really enjoy the praying God. It's not an easy way. Like for me, I feel it's not an easy way. I may pray for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Again, I'll get diverted with doing something else. Like that's what I feel like. Like even we know it's not an easy part to travel. Is
Yes,
there any
that's a
suggestions you can guide us for maybe
yes. That topic will come in future programs like practical spirituality, and but just to give a brief answer is to have the company of like-minded people. If we have good association, then
oh,
difficult things will become easy. But if we don't have good association, then easy things will also become difficult. So good, by good association, I mean association of people who like this process, who are feeling that happiness, who don't get bored with this. So so that will
okay.
keep the nourishment going.
Thanks,
So
Hare
yeah.
Krishna. Thanks, Prabhuji.
Okay, back to this question. Happiness is equivalent to absence of pain. What do you think? Is good, right, wrong?
I think it is true. Generally, there is no really happiness or there is no really pain. It's
Okay. You feel it's true. Okay. Any other thoughts?
Prabhuji, yeah, pain means like physical pain or emotional pain or everything comes under it.
Anything? Yeah, it could be anything. Body, mind.
Yeah, bodily pain, okay, we may have pain, but if internally we are not happy, sometimes we may be internally happy, but we can tackle with the bodily pain. But emotional or our innocence, we should be happy. So the question is a little bit tricky for me.
Okay. Anyone else wants to share? Yes, no? Do you think it's correct? Happiness is equal to absence of pain?
I feel absence of pain. Say somebody's do not have any disease, and we we can say that particular person is normal, but we can't say that person is happy or healthy. But absence of pain alone will not make us happy. I feel that
Thank you.
that is partially
Thank you.
true, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you. That's a very good answer, actually. So imagine, if someone takes our head, a strong person takes our head, grabs her with their hair, and puts us in the, pool of water, our head upside down in the pool of water. And for 30 seconds, we are in the water. We are just, gasping for a single breath. And our heartbeat is increasing, our oxygen level is reducing. We really want oxygen. We really, really, really want oxygen. And then that person takes us out. And then if okay, we'll say, how do you feel? I'll say, I feel great. What do you say? Is that happiness? Is that happiness? What do you say? Yes? No? That's what material world is like. The biggest lie in this world is actually, I'm fine. You ask someone, how are you? I'm fine. I'm rocking. Good, cool, dude. Yeah, wow. But what's okay? My body is. I don't have any major disease. That's sometimes considered as happiness. Or I'm still employed. That's sometimes considered happiness. So we don't have absolute any idea about true happiness. True happiness. In this world, sorry to say, we just link happiness with absence of pain. But there is happiness much beyond that as well. Have you, heard of the XY? All of you have, seen this XY axis. So there is a negative axis and then there is a positive axis. So in the zero level, right? So in material world, in common parlance, we say that when we are at zero level, we are happy. But actually, there's a positive scale which we miss to explore. Why? Because we are so caught up in the negative, just trying to handle the negative. So happiness does not mean absence of pain. Absence of pain means okay, normal, as Babuji said, that it just means normal, but there is a positive axis as well. So now let's take, I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll take some reflections from or some ideas using a whiteboard. So what are the obstacles to happiness? What keeps us unhappy or what may lead to unhappiness? Anyone would like to share obstacles to happiness? And I'll just write down your thoughts. Whatever you say, I'll just write it down. Anyone?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I think dissatisfaction. We are not satisfied with what we get.
Okay, dissatisfaction. Anyone else? Yes, Kushia, please speak. Please speak as I'm typing. Sorry, please repeat.
Desire.
Desires, yeah, endless desires. I want this, I want that. Okay, what else? Everyone, please share something.
Not achieving a goal.
Not achieving a goal. Okay, nice. What else? What are the other obstacles to happiness?
Responsibilities as well.
Responsibilities. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Like to survive, for the survival, we have to do our activities, daily activities, like to maintain the life, like basic needs and other things. We have to manage the both like spiritual life and our day-to-day life, like
So,
responsibility.
responsibilities. Okay.
Prabhu, comparing with others.
Comparing. Very nice. Comparing with others. Okay. Anyone else?
Expectation from others.
Expectations. Very nice. What else? Anyone else want to say? So for those who joined a little later, we're noting obstacles to happiness. What prevents us from being happy? Or what's an obstacle, a hurdle? Anyone else? Okay. Okay, all these are great points. And now I'll ask you a question. Are these obstacles related to body or mind? So let's talk about, all these obstacles. Are they related to body or mind? What about dissatisfaction? Is it a bodily obstacle or a mind obstacle?
It is a mind,
It's a mind obstacle.
dissatisfaction. Yeah.
Mind, okay. So all of you agree it's in the mind, right?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. What
Yes.
about desires?
Mind.
Mind. What about not achieving a goal? It's also in the
Both.
mind.
Both.
Both.
Body and mind.
Okay. And also, this goal is also like, I mean, I think Renuka Madhuri said this one. Can you elaborate when you said, so we can be more specific? Can you give an example, like what was on your mind when you said not achieving a goal? Like, oh, I wanted to get a promotion this year, but I didn't get. Is that not achieving a goal? Or I wanted to, can you elaborate so we can understand which category it will fall in? Because there could be many, many goals.
And it's like we have a goal like in the mind, like we have to achieve this. So when we don't achieve, then we don't feel happy. If we achieve, we will feel happy.
So basically, we may set some too high goals as well, or we may not achieve.
Yes.
So it's more in the mind. Okay, responsibilities. So responsibilities actually, I would like to mention, like Samya Mataji mentioned this. Do you
Like I
like?
feel like expectations, maybe it's not exactly respond, but like we will keep expectations for ourselves. Like we have to achieve these, we have to do this, that, all the things which we
It's
keep for
more of
ourselves.
more in the mind. Because if you
Yes.
do the responsibilities or duties lovingly, then it will become joyful. For
Yes, that's true.
example, taking care of your child. Do you feel it's a obstacle? How many of you feel it's an obstacle? It's a burden, like feeding your child. No one, right? We all love to care for our children, giving them good food, giving them the good culture, etc. Right? We love it. We feel it. We happily do it. Is that correct? But when we take it as a burden, or when we consider, then the whole attitude will be different. Then it will become more like a bodily. It's just a ritual. There is no meaning to it. Comparing with others, is it a mind thing or a body thing?
Mind.
Mind, right? Expectations from others, again in the mind, right? So if you carefully observe, what is common thing?
In chat, there was stress option also. Someone typed in chat.
Stress.
Yeah,
Okay,
there was
so
option.
thanks
Yeah,
for
you tried.
helping me to stress. So that's also mind, right? So what is the common thing here? That
Mind.
everything is mind,
Everything is mine.
right? Isn't it very insightful? How many of you feel it's insightful? that all the happiness which we are searching for and all the obstacles which are leading to unhappiness basically are in the mind. And that's what Bhagavad Gita says. The mind can make heaven out of hell and hell out of heaven. For though one who has conquered the mind is the best of the friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his very mind will be his greatest enemy. Bhagavad Gita 6.6, chapter 6, text 6. So it's just like a shift of consciousness. How many of you know people who are extremely poor? They may not even have, they may, I know so many, I have seen so many people. They may be sleeping on the road, but they have such blissful smile on their face. Do you know anyone wants to share any example you have seen? Or some maybe a rickshaw wala. I've seen in Vrindavan, rickshawala, blissfully chanting Radhe Radhe, singing bhajans, and so happy that a millionaire and billionaire will feel that what special thing he has, or correct? Have you experienced that? Right? I'm sure you may have experienced one or two people or more. On the contrary, we may have also seen people who may have millions of dollars, but lack of happiness. So, where is this real happiness? Again, it is in the mind. The mind can make heaven out of hell and hell out of heaven. So many people these days, commit suicide. And are they all very poor people? Yes? No? Are only poor people committing suicide? Or the people who don't have home, who don't have car, who don't have, these basic things? What do you say? Am I true or false? Only poor people commit suicide. True or false?
False.
Everyone agrees that's false,
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
right? Recently, I was watching these two life coaches in New York. Life coaches mean they are supposed to give others happiness, or they're supposed to uh, help others to deal with their problems. In India, in the past couple of months, and so many even Hollywood, Bollywood stars, they are committing suicide. They have millions of followers. They have good body. They have good wealth. They have good home. They have so much fan following, but something is missing. So whether sometimes there are very educated class. It's not only uneducated people commit suicide. Rather, it's more in the wealthy class, in the educated, so-called education, not the real education. So the point which I'm trying to convey is that happiness is a state of mind. Next question. Where do we spend more time, in happiness or quest for happiness? Or the journey for happiness? Anyone would like to talk about it or tell something about it? You understand quest for happiness or search for happiness? Where do we spend more time?
In the journey of happiness.
In journey, right? For example, I feel that getting new Rolls Royce will give me happiness. And then I have to work very hard, overtime, this time, extra jobs, and only to get that Rolls Royce. And maybe I may be able to get, okay? After working 10 years of hard work. And after that, what? I'll drive it for some time. Will my happiness continue to increase? Or with for just so-called pleasure, I may get, oh, I'm the proud owner of this Rolls Royce, which only very few people have, so I am great. And after that, it will become a cause of distress. I'll be very careful. Oh, no one should scratch my car. Oh, no one should steal my car. Oh, no one should even, see my car with the envious eyes. Right? Or same with a job, same with anything else. Same with, getting a house. We spend so much time in getting that, in the journey. And that so-called happiness is momentarily. Do you all agree to that? Right? So the idea is we spend so much time in the quest. Now, one more question. Who is a better teacher? Experience versus hearing?
Experience.
Experience. Okay. So often people, say that in order to uh, experience happiness, you have to experience sorrow. Is that true or false? In order to experience happiness, you have to first experience sorrow or misery or bad things. Let's talk about it. What do you say? Am I making you think? Is it going good so far? Yeah.
Yes.
The more you engage, the more you will like it. And I don't want you to sleep, especially after lunch. It's easy to to sleep on a Saturday afternoon. So if you turn your keep talking, you'll stay awake. Okay, let's talk about this. In order to experience happiness, we have to experience misery. True or false?
True.
True. Okay. Who else would like to? Yeah, this is true or false. Let's do quickly. Who else say true? Show your
True,
face.
Prabhuji.
True?
False.
Kushi says false. Okay. What does Babu and Lakshya Prabhu say? Everyone, please participate. The more
False.
you engage, false. Okay.
Prabhuji, can I cover what I said? Like example.
Okay. We'll talk about the example shortly, but let's first get some true or false, just like objective answer. True or false? How many of So I got like mixed responses. Some say true, some say false. So let's hear Kushi's example.
Because if you already have a lot of money and you get 1 crore more money, then you'll still be happy.
You'll still be happy. Okay. So that means you have to experience poverty to get when you get 1 crore of money, then you'll be happy. Is that your point?
No, my point is like we get even more happy when we get more.
So your answer is false. So that you don't have to experience poverty.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What does Jayanti Babuji want to share?
You want to say?
The better teacher is hearing.
Okay.
And it's something like by it's not something we have to learn everything by experience, and we can learn best practices from like hearing or the transcript or Vedas. But some component we need to have basic experience so that we can implement it. But most of the component we can learn by hearing. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. So if I say to you, I have a lot of gulab jamuns for you today. I wish I could serve you all. Right? How many of you like gulab jamun? Do a thumbs up or some raise your hand. You like gulab jamun? Everyone likes. I see lots of thumbs up. But here's a condition. First, you have to drink the bitter neem juice to experience gulab jamun. Would you like that idea? No, right? Samyaji, you agree? You said no?
Yeah, no.
So that means to experience happiness in the gulab jamun or the sweetness of the gulab jamun, we don't need to necessarily go through the bitterness of neem. Correct? So that's an important point to learn. 99% of the people say that, oh, to experience happiness, you need to experience misery. It's like to eat halwa, you need to eat something very bad. That's not the case. Uh, and therefore, as Babuji was mentioning, and Laksha was also mentioning this, that experience versus hearing, hearing is much better teacher. If I tell you, hey, smoking causes cancer, how many of you will try to experience it by becoming a chain smoker and get it by first hand? Anyone? If I say drinking this will lead to lung cancer or colon cancer, how many of us would like to experience it firsthand? And how many of us would like to just learn through experience? Oh, sorry, hearing. You all agree with hearing? Will you accept with hearing?
Yes.
Rat
Yes.
poison. It says, don't eat it. You may die. How many of us would like to try it? Hey, I don't believe in this. Let me try. Maybe it's sweet. They're just lying. No, we don't try. There's no second chance. Agree, there could be certain things we will make mistakes and learn, but there are majority of the things, the earlier we accept hearing as a better teacher, the more we will learn things faster. The 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 more we rely on experiential knowledge or experiencing and then learning, then sometimes there may be no second chance, right? Our case will become a history for someone else. Hey, this were, and there are so many people. So many people are chain smokers, and they become a case study for others. Sorry to say that, but that happens. Why? Because they chose experience over hearing. Okay, now we come to a next topic. Forget the problems. Well, don't talk about all this stuff. Just live life king size. Enjoy, work hard, party harder. So what's this ostrich? This is ostrich mentality. Or some people take to alcohol or some drugs, and they try to forget the problems. Correct? But does that really help? If the ostrich puts the head in the sand and the tiger is chasing her to eat her, to kill her, is the ostrich saved? Is the problems gone by putting the head in the sand? What do you say? Is it a good proposition to put the hand and forget the problems by some drugs or some alcohol or some going to casino? That's how people try to just forget it. But the problem is that the problem does not go. If I blindfold my eyes and say, hey, there's no problem, everything is good, you'll call me a fool, right? So ostrich putting the head in the sand and the tiger is chasing, or the enemy is chasing, that does not mean the ostrich is safe. It's just a matter of time, or we can postpone that by some seconds, or in some scenarios by some uh, days, weeks, months, and then the problem will just come and hit the ground. Correct? So here's one question: happiness and joy. So now the next question: what is the difference between happiness and joy? So joyful is a state of, again, mind. So sometimes these words are used interchangeably as well. So it depends on the connection. We can use the term happiness also wrongly, that someone can say, hey, I get happiness from drugs. Or someone can say, oh, I enjoy by taking drugs or smoking cigarette. So It's just a pleasure, or is short-lived, momentarily. Like momentarily so-called pleasure, the ostrich thinking, oh, I'm happy, I'm safe, I am good, enjoy, no worries. But happiness is more deeper actually. It is a state of heart. It is a state of consciousness. So now basically the topic for today, after giving this whole background, we all are searching for happiness, correct? We all want to be happy. We all are seeking happiness, and that's the goal of life. You all agree. And we discussed this as well, that by having by searching in material things, we may get some so-called pleasure. We also discussed that we spend so much time in the quest for happiness, and the first time we get a house, there could be some pleasure. Hey, new home, this, that. But do you get that same pleasure every day? No, right? Same with the car, same with any gadget, same with any degree. The first time we may, for those, we all graduated or did some education, 12th or our bachelor's or master's. After, on that day of graduation, there could be some joy, everyone congratulating. We may be in some, right? But are we now relishing that day every day? Are we experiencing great happiness? Hey, I graduated my bachelor's, or I passed this exam, or I passed that exam. No, it's dull and dry, gone. We don't even remember which year I passed. Correct? Is that true, or is it just me?
Very true, Prabhu.
Very true. These are facts.
But it is true, like that's how it goes, right, Prabhuji? The life goes like that only. Like we have to achieve, we have to keep a goal, and we have to achieve it, and we have to feel happy and blessed for the what we achieve, and we have to keep another goal again.
That's true for the material side, but there is a lot more, and that's where we are going to talk about. If that's how we will live our life, then we will never get true happiness, uh, because we're not even aspiring to understand this life. We're not even aspiring to understand what am I missing, what is true happiness, and where is that true happiness lies in. And that's basically the next topic, correct?
Yes.
And Bhagavad Gita answers that very nicely. So there's a very nice verse in chapter 15, text 1. Urdhva moolam adashakham ashwattham prahur avyayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavit. The Supreme Lord Krishna is speaking. It is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has the roots upward and the branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of Vedas. So this is a real, tree. When do you see the roots up and the branches down? You see in the reflection. So there's the reflection in the water. So the reflection means that there is a real tree, correct? Reflection means there is real tree. And that real tree is compared to the spiritual world. And this is compared to the material side. Of course, we'll talk about this in great detail later. But the idea is to understand that I'm trying to look for something, in a place where it is not. Let's talk about this through a nice story. Once upon a time, who would like to hear a story? Anyone? Everyone?
Yes.
Once upon a time, the king gave a necklace, very, very precious necklace, to his queen. And the queen somehow misplaced that necklace. It was a very precious pearl necklace. And everyone was like, the queen really wanted to have that necklace. But somehow, no one could find where is that necklace. So what happened next? The king said, hey, I can get a new necklace for you, and you can put that. And the queen said, no, 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 I want that only. I want that necklace only. I don't want anything else. Now, king, what to do? I was thinking. I said, okay, I will ask everyone in the kingdom to search for it. And whoever gets it will get a huge reward for $50,000. Wow, amazing. So everyone was searching for this necklace, and everyone was wanted that reward to figure out where that necklace is, and because they wanted the reward. So one fine gentleman found that necklace, and he saw that necklace in the lake, in a water body. So he jumped in, very enthusiastic. Wow, hey, I found the necklace. Now I'll get the huge reward. That's amazing, wonderful. So he jumped into the water, searched hard, 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 very hard, and came back empty handed. Oh, alas, I wish I could get that. He saw it again. He was confused. I'm seeing the necklace. I'm trying to search for it. Jumped again, dived deeper into the water, and trying again and again and again and again and again and again. Came back empty handed. Tried multiple times. A couple of days passed by. He was trying. He was seeing that, but still not able to find. It's basically like the deer story. He was experiencing, the deer was also smelling that. Where is it? Where is it? Running, 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 but empty handed. One gentleman, one sage was passing by, and this person said, sages are for everyone's true sages, true saints. Help us to see the reality. This person said, revealed his mind, was trying to search for the necklace, and said, well, you're trying to look for the necklace in the wrong place. Look, the necklace is not in the lake. The necklace is hanging up there. Where? At the branch of the tree. And what you are seeing is not the necklace, not the real necklace, but actually you are seeing the reflection of the necklace. So will you ever be able to find that necklace? The answer is no, because it's not there. It's like you may have seen sometimes in Florida, like dry roads, and it seems like water. It's illusion. So material world is a not the real place to get happiness, because the creator himself has labeled this place as dukhalyam, ashashvatam. So we may get temporary pleasure, as we discussed, through job, through different things. But if we try to search for New York City in the map of India, what's the odd? What's the likelihood to find that? Anyone? Will we ever be successful?
No.
No, very simple, because it's not there. We are referring to the wrong map. Similarly, if we try to find real happiness in the place where there is not, then we will not be successful, and all our attempts will lead to failure. It's a nice joke. This person dropped his quarter, somewhere says he dropped his watch, and he was looking under the lamppost, and the other person asked him, well, where did you drop your watch or your quarter? Did you drop it here? This person replies, no, 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 I dropped it 2 blocks down the street. I didn't drop it here. Then, my dear sir, why are you looking for it here? Because the light is better here. So the idea is, it's funny. If you dropped it 2 blocks further down the street, then why are you looking here? It's same as finding New York City in the map of India. It's same as finding true happiness in a place where it does not exist, because the creator himself has labeled this as dukhalyam ashashvatam. So the idea of this is that this verse actually. If we try to find happiness in the place where it is full of suffering, dukha alaya. You know what does pustakalya mean? What does pustakalya mean?
Library.
Library. Pustak means home. Pustak means books. Ale means home. Chhatralaya. Or you may use ale in multiple ways. Ale means home. So dukkale means home of misery. Dukkha means unhappiness. So in trying to look for uh, happiness, we have to find at the right place, and that place is not this world. What is that place? That place is connection to God. That place is the process of bhakti. Of course, we'll talk that in more detail. But I just want to show today that if we feel that the pleasure, an intelligent person, Bhagavad Gita again, does not take part in the sources of misery, which are due to contact of material senses. So the idea is that, for example, some people say, well, smoking will give me happiness. Look at the difference. These are from some person who's doing studies of healthy lungs versus person who is afflicted with lung cancer or chain smoker. The person feels, hey, I'll get happiness by smoking or doing wrong things. But what does it lead to? It leads to misery. It leads to more problems. So the idea is not to leave us at a negative note. What do I do now? Should I stop working? Should I stop eating? Should I stop doing my job or family? No, that's not the idea. Should I stop my studies? The idea is to balance nicely our health, our family, our work, our responsibilities. And that's basically real yoga, connecting them to the Supreme. And then we will be free from all pains and experience the divine bliss as well. So that is basically the the process which we are all looking for, which we're all longing for. And there is a interesting story about the eagle also, but maybe we can talk about it in the future programs. So the Vedic scriptures mention Anandamayo Bhyasat, search for the happiness. So where is that happiness? The real happiness is within, the journey within. Rather than like being the deer running here and there, let's be introspective. Let's explore our spiritual dimension. Let's explore our connection with God. Let's explore who am I. Of course, we'll talk about these topics in future program. Let's explore what is the spiritual dimension. Let's explore. I have just been trying to mitigate the negative, or let's try to come to the positive axis in life, to the true happiness. Happiness is not the absence of misery. There is a lot more in the positive realm, which we may have not even explored. And let's try to come to a state to be always happy. And I will end by sharing this last verse from Bhagavad Gita. One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Lord, and becomes fully joyful or fully happy. Often, as I said, interchangeably used. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed toward every living entity, and in that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. So, Lord Krishna is speaking that. So, this is the state, which Prabhupada came to give us. Prabhupada didn't come here to get a job. Prabhupada didn't come here to get some citizenship or some contacts or some money or anything. He came to give what actually the Englishmen forgot to steal from India. They stole some, Kohinoor and diamonds and pearls, thinking that will give happiness. No, Prabhupada said, I have come to give you the real wealth, and that is the wealth of devotion, the wealth of bhakti, the wealth of connection to the Supreme. So with that, I'll pause here. Of course, we can take some questions, reflections, or any thoughts you may have. So thank you so much for your kind attention, giving your precious time. So let's take some reflections or questions anyone may have. Any insights, anything you want to share, please. Everyone can at least share one point that will keep me also going, so that it's not just a monologue.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So by going through that, one thing is clear, that material happiness is kind of temporary. So always we look for another goal and we'll get maybe a fraction of second happiness. Then we go for the next goal. So as you rightly mentioned, so happiness is within us, but definitely that how to get those by exploring through the devotion. Uh, and people, once we get those taste of that experience, and definitely uh, mm, uh, everyone can get those happiness for sure.
Thank you so much. And for those, some of you may have experienced kirtan, some of you may have experienced some selfless service uh, in connection to the Lord. That gives real happiness to the soul, because by nature we are serving. So, so you're absolutely right. So by serving, we get true happiness, and which we'll talk about more in future sessions as well. Anyone else who wants to share any comments uh, or realizations from what we discussed today?
I feel it's a journey to get the true happiness. It's not a once time, like as I felt earlier, like doing one day or doing 2 days. It's not like it's a journey we have to go through to feel a true happiness as a part of our life, like part of the soul. So it's maybe satsang and everything. All these things will make us to travel through and achieve the purpose of the life.
Very nice. That's so true. You're absolutely correct. It's a journey. It's not a one-time thing. And by constantly having the right association and doing the right aspects of devotion will help us to nourish. And because this happiness is ever increasing, there is no, the more we do, the more we relish, and it inspires us to do more.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's what.
beauty of spiritual happiness or true happiness. And therefore, what was Prabhupada's motivation to come here? 70-year-old person on a material side, they'll just say, hey, I'm happy in Vrindavan. I don't want to do anything. They'll say, okay, I just want to retire on the beach in Florida. That was a material motivation. But what was Prabhupada's motivation? Only spiritual, because he was feeling true happiness. And how could a person feeling true happiness not wants to share with everyone? So Aditya has mentioned, I want to know about, does God exist and why do bad things happen to good people? So yes, this is, as I said, it's like the first in the series, and we have a mixed, batch of devotees or students who are joining this seminar. So we will keep you posted. We will have these seminars on a regular basis. That's every Saturday, and we will cover different topics like, does God exist, and who's God, and multiple other topics as well. So stay tuned. If some things are not making sense now, but stay tuned, they will make sense as eventually we build upon these. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I like the point where you said that stress and the pain that get experienced personally by that individual, but you can give the satisfaction and you can enjoy with the association with the devotee. So that's the difference I found. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you. Adityaji, you want to mention something you liked from today? Anything struck you? Or any questions you have? Okay. Whoever is using the Galaxy S10 Plus, you want to share anything you liked? In Vijayaji, you want to share something? Chinmai, I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay. Okay, one last call for anyone who wants to share before we end today's discussion or program, because I want to keep it on time. Yeah, read your comments, so we'll talk about that in future. Karthik, you want to share something?
Prabhu, I was just about to say that it's a really amazing and a wonderful introduction to this topic, Prabhu. I think the questions that you asked us have really made us think through it, and it kind of really made us introspect on like what we are really looking for, or what we should really aspire to look for in life with regard to happiness. So just I'm looking forward for the future programs.
Thank you so much for your feedback. And I see Hitenji, you just joined towards the end, so I'm going to post this recording as well. So feel free to share with anyone who may be benefited. And this is like the first in the series. So I hope to see you all again in the future programs as well. And try to encourage more of your friends, well-wishers, relatives, because actually everyone is looking for this. Correct? Everyone is trying to find answers. And all these are not my thoughts, these are all from the Apurusha, the words of great Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, the words of scriptures, and we'll talk about it more. Okay? Everyone happy? Good? Okay, so thank you. Thank you so much again for your time and attention. And you can reflect more upon these ideas. And I hope to see you all next week as well, same time. And until then, you can, and if you have any questions, you have my number and ISKCON Tampa details. You can always feel free to contact us via email, WhatsApp, etc. In case we can be of any help, we're always there to serve you and your dear ones. Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.